Placebo. That's the name of the band.
Si.
Placebo. My daughter loves that band. Betty, who's 13, thinks Placebo is a great band. Jack Dee is with us, ladies and gentlemen, the grumpy king of British comedy.
Yes.
The curmudgeonly count. The, what's the another word for that? The depressed duke. The Duke of Depression. These are all good. Write these down.
Short, squat Duke.
You should use these in your tour.
I should, Jonathan. I'll make a note of them.
That would fill 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, might well do, yeah.
Jack is currently hauling his tired old body around the UK on yet another comeback tour.
Yeah.
Jack, this is... how many dates are you doing this time? You got any
it's
idea?
152, I think. It goes on until the year 2030.
There's a lot of dates, but I've been told it's a very good show. It's all new material. Is that
Well,
right?
yeah, it is, you know. So,
How do you do that?
I just write it as I go along, really. I mean, because if you don't, then you get bored on stage doing the same thing every night.
So you go out and you never know where you're going to wind up.
Yeah, the 10 minutes before I go on stage are, in many ways, the most creative moments I have. I actually sit in front of my laptop and I have all these ideas that come out, and I don't always manage to remember them to do them that night, but they're very often quite good gags.
So that's quite exciting. So if you were to see you, say, if we were to see at the beginning of the tour, which had begun way back when, it started in January, and these were, I guess, the smaller warm-up gigs. It started in January in Scunthorpe.
Scunthorpe?
I'm not saying that for comic effect. That's where Jack's tour began,
yes.
2005, Scunthorpe. But say we saw the gig in Scunthorpe. If we then were to see in Manchester, well, you just gone there. Actually, Southampton's the next one out. So, yes, Southend and Southampton this weekend and on Monday night. Would it be a wildly different act?
Actually, it is completely different from the show I started out with, because the show that I begin with is a set of ideas that I've kind of structured before I begin the gigs, and then as you improvise them on stage, and you work out something, and then suddenly something will work, and that becomes the main thrust of the show almost.
So it's evolving all the time.
Yeah, I had a friend who came to see me 2 nights ago, and she said it was completely different from the show she saw in Epsom, which was one of the warm-up gigs I did.
And
so.
was it a funnier show, did she say, or was she depressed that you lost it?
She said, I'm very sorry to say I didn't laugh once, and I wish you would continue doing
Epsom,
the show you did in Epsom.
But are there moments where you think, OK, that material, that didn't work, so therefore I will throw that away completely? Or do you normally think that's salvageable, even if it didn't work as well as you hoped?
Sometimes I'll think, I know there's a good idea in there somewhere, and I will work on it. Other times I think, what was I thinking of?
Yeah, and so...
I had this idea that, these bands that everyone are wearing...
Yeah.
That you can now bet you can buy one on my website. I've done a special one. I've sold 7 million so far to raise money for my. I don't know if it's going to work. I'm trying to save the rubber tree. Now that's the idea. It's not quite there yet, but you know what I mean. It's the idea.
You go with that. We see exactly.
I'll probably never do it again. Now I've said it to you.
Yeah, because it didn't get much.
It was an idea I had in the car on the way here.
Jack Dee is in tour all through the UK. He's on tour rather, and I've been given a copy of the programme. But it's surprisingly lavish.
Yeah, the programme is that's
it's really nice, and it's some funny stuff in it. It's actually stuff that you've written here that you could do on stage. So this is almost like you're giving them extra material.
It's stuff for people to do if they're actually not interested in the show. They've got a
paint by numbers in there.
Paint by numbers. There's one of those magic eye pictures that you see, and you look at it long enough.
I've been squinting at this. I haven't been able to quite get the picture here.
Well, I have to confess, it doesn't actually work.
Oh well, I wish you'd told me that. I spent 20 minutes
on the last programme I had a spot the difference picture with 2 pictures, but they were identical, and we had people writing from mental hospitals saying that I've been committed because I can't spot the difference.
Hey, they're nice pictures of you in this programme. He looks really quite rugged. Look at that. These pictures of Jack, he's got slightly longer hair and he's unshaven.
I'm one of those people who just gets better and better as they get
today older. You look you're not impressive.
You've been talking about facelifts, and well, you can say that because it's radio and people can't see the lie in what you're saying, but...
you look like a special constable today. You look like someone who doesn't quite got the commitment to join the police, but wants to look like he's in the police. You've cut your hair in a kind of
do their bit,
police haircut,
but actually hasn't got
but
it
here,
all there.
Roguishly good looking, I would venture.
Yeah.
You look like if they were to make a series about a Romany cop. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
A gypsy who understands where travellers are coming from because he is himself a traveller, but he's working within the police force to bring enlightenment, right? That would be you.
That would be me, I know. They've missed the thing. I've been offered so many cop parts in the past. But
have you been offered a lot of cop parts?
A lot of cop parts. They want me to be a cop. They don't write anything but cop parts now.
Well, listen,
that's
we
all
know
there is
where
in
we
telly.
are. You know where you are with the cop show.
Yeah, but I don't want to be a cop. Travelling around in a vintage car, solving problems. I actually had one way I was travelling around the country. You were quite close to it. I was travelling around the country country by barge.
Canal cop.
Yeah, with a blue flashing light.
Yeah, but how do you chase someone? You've got to wait for the lock to
Yeah,
fill
we
up,
got-
haven't you? Blimey, he's getting away again. You
Yeah,
can't rush the lock, sir.
The barge chases just weren't exciting enough for me, you know.
Although, there's one episode where you see Harrison Ford and Callista Flockhart going there, thinking, what are they doing on the waterways?
But I was no, all those stuff, those kind of generic scripts that come in, I have to turn them down.
You
because
pass one to
it's-
Jimmy Nesbitt.
Well, I mean, I think they get sent back and then they end up in someone's bottom drawer again. But,
You know what? It's just occurred to me.
what?
We'd make a great team on TV as a couple of cops.
The Jonathan, Ross and Dee.
Yeah, like
Dee and Ross, obviously.
the dandy, the one who gets all the girls in attention, and the kind of, rough and ready one.
The one who actually catches the cops.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
While I'm busy shopping in Vivian Westwood,
Yeah, with the Vivian Westwood police
you've
outfit.
nabbed a shoplifter.
Yeah, that's good. We have to.
That's episode 1.
I'd be happy to do that. I'll give it a go. What would Andrew do there?
Well, Andrea. Andrew could be.
I'd be one of the criminals.
You'd be a criminal mastermind.
Yeah, I'd be
you
the
look a little
mastermind.
bit like the Hood from Thunderbirds.
Yeah.
In fact, you've got
I
the
think
heavy eyebrows.
Andy would be the one we never see, but you hear his voice over speakers, and it's
Yeah.
your mission this week. Should
Yeah,
you
that'd
wish
be
to-
in a
Laughing.
Dorset accent.
Yeah.
Your mission this week, if you choose to accept it, would be to catch a couple of shoplifters.
Yeah.
Never mind wasting these ideas. This is gold we're coming up with.
I know.
Jack's currently touring, as I said, he's currently touring all over the UK, not in a barge. He's actually, presumably, do you train it or do you drive around?
Drive around, yeah.
In what, in a car or a van? You have a
In a car, and I'm thankfully I don't do the driving. My tour manager does all the driving, so
That would be even more tiring.
I couldn't do the driving as well.
Okay, as I said, you've already done it. I guess you're about what, a third of the way through or half the way through?
I suppose I'm about halfway through or something. Yeah.
Oh, now does your energy begin to flag about now, or do you think, okay, I see the light at the end, or do you actively enjoy being on the road?
I enjoy bits of it, and I just try and keep it above it. At the moment, I actually go to the gym every day now.
No, you
I
don't.
do, I mean,
well, looking at you, we wouldn't know, would we?
Oh, Jonathan, you're so unkind.
Well, you were looking great.
Yeah.
What happened a while ago? Oh, I know, you gave up smoking, didn't you?
Oh yes, no, that's right.
You put on weight when you gave up
I
smoking.
did, yeah. I mean, it's worth it.
But do you smoke again now?
No.
No. See,
Never
I've
go near it. I'm a total convert now.
But you like a bit of wine occasion again now?
I like a glass of wine.
A glass?
Yes, a glass.
That's not what I've heard. I've heard it's at least 2 bottles a night.
It's a big glass.
Yeah. In the shape
It's one
of a bottle.
It's one of those big glasses with a cork in the top that you buy at off licenses. And who tucks you in?
Yes, I think it's a flagon. Yeah,
Now, Jack's brought his 2 of his children with him today.
yeah. I've got Charlie and Miles, my 2 boys.
Hello,
there.
Charlie. Hello, us
Yeah.
2 very, very handsome young men.
Waving to us.
Wow,
There we
look at
are.
that. Now, one of them is sitting on a very strange man's lap out there.
Yeah.
That's Addison, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Addison, who we share an agent, we should show an interest
Yeah.
of full disclosure.
He doesn't
We share an
normally come
agent.
in.
But I tell you, for a second I looked at him, I thought he'd started doing a vent out. So it was going to make him talk for a minute. Then I
Look
thought,
like
well, he's doing his
Do you
own
know what?
performance.
That was probably the first comedy thing I ever did on stage was a vent act.
No, did you
when
really?
when I was probably his age, Miles's age, at 7 or 8,
Right.
and it was down at the village hall in Easton where I grew up in the village, and my brother was he was I think 13, and he was the ventriloquist, and I was the dummy on his knee.
Scarred for life. And so he pretended to talk for you.
It was an Edwardian evening being put
Did
on
you
down
draw
the village.
lines
Yeah,
under
I
the-
did.
yes,
I drew
draw
lines down. I had big rosy cheeks, and it was quite funny. And anyway, my photo was on the wall at the village hall for some time. I noticed they've now taken it down.
Because you brought shame on the community. Can you remember any of the material you did that night?
I can't. I do remember I remember moving my head around and getting laughs for moving my head like a ventriloquist dummy would.
I think we should dust that act off, and you and I should do it for charity one night.
It could be. I think it'd be worth doing.
Because last time we performed together on
if I
stage,
could trust you enough to sit on your knee, I would do that.
well, you were getting big laughs and I had nothing. I had nothing, so I wouldn't mind having someone to do this. Because, as you know, I have no material.
Well,
So maybe you could spare me some of your old stuff.
yeah, and people would probably believe it enough to think it's you being funny.
See what he did
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
and then
See?
you'd love that.
I was trying to move together into the future.
Yeah.
I know he
He
was divisive.
That was a slap, wasn't it?
All right, okay, what are we going to play now, Eddie?
Can we
New
plug-
single
can
from
we plug
Morcheeba.
something for-
What would you like?
Hammersmith?
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about dates in a minute. Oh, listen
sorry,
to
I
that.
thought I'd be out. I
Desperate.
thought I'd be out once the records went.
Right, now who was that?
New single from Morcheeba.
I thought that was tremendous.
And they're on Dermot O'Leary's show this afternoon.
That was
playing
tremendous.
live.
Well, good luck to Dermot for having them on. Well done, Dermot, and they're a great band.
And we had a debate before because I said there was a new lead singer.
That's
There
right.
is a new lead singer. I was right,
Thank
so we're
God
all right.
You've been right. We've been doing this, 6 years now?
Yeah,
finally,
I've got something right.
Finally, some sort of music knowledge.
Well
Yes.
done, Andy. I'm
Thank
pleased
you.
for you.
Jack
Thanks,
Dee is touring, and as he rather pathetically and needily said...
I just thought that what was going to happen, as normally
mention
happens, you
the-
put a
it's
record on and
mention
I
the
get
day.
chucked out the studio. No, I haven't even come
I
into-
was going to do it artfully, and you
plug it?
artfully
Well,
blundered in.
Plug it.
Oh, right, here we go.
I-
Birmingham Hippodrome on the 26th and 27th. You can go and see them then. They're not sold out yet, because lots of them are sold out,
26th, 27th of what?
of April.
Yeah.
That's next week.
May the 3rd at Belfast. You can go to Belfast and see him there. Or if you're in Belfast, obviously it's easier than travelling.
That might be the option.
Jersey. You're in Jersey on the 14th. Jersey is kind of for tax exiles, man, isn't it?
No, it's actually a very quaint fishing community once you get there.
Is it lovely? Does Norman Wisdom come to see you in Jersey?
He's in Isle of Man.
He's Isle of Man, yeah.
Well, he could travel. What's wrong with him?
He can still travel.
All
yeah.
right, you know what I was saying.
Where
I
is it?
thought
Where
he
is it?
was.
St Helier?
Does Bergerac come to see you in Jersey?
Yes, he's always there.
Phew, safe territory there.
Solving
Yeah,
crimes.
John Nettles.
Pulled it
Turn
back
up.
from the edge. And then also, Hammersmith are the ones that apply to me and those who live in London. Hammersmith Carling Apollo from the 8th through to the 11th of June. Okay, you're also in Barnstable that month. And then it winds up, I guess that's the end, is it? The 11th of June?
Yeah.
So go and see Jack, 8th to 11th of June. I will. What night should I come?
Come on whichever night you like. I mean, the 8th
Well,
through to the 11th.
okay, if you knew I was coming one night, would you give it a little bit of extra something? To
I'd
come
obviously
with me?
take the stuff out about
Yeah.
you, because I feel awkward with you and the audience.
15 minutes about men who don't dress their
The
age.
Jonathan Ross routine will have to go. for
I
that
like to
night.
think of it more as a tribute.
Yeah.
Really? I could come on stage with you. We could do, in the intermission, we could do that rent act we've been talking
I'd
about.
love that,
We've been
Jonathan.
working
Yeah.
out. Well, why don't we come out and we could do an
Let's
opening
that.
act together?
Okay, right.
We'll paint a little thing on your face there, come out.
Well, for the next
Little top hat on
charity
you.
thing we do together, then we'll do that. Yeah.
Right, okay. Jack Dee, ladies and gentlemen, I think is one of the best comedians working in the country. Sincerely, I mean that.
Oh, well,
I've seen
nice
you
of
work
you.
a crowd. You really know how to work a crowd. Can I ask you a question? When we did the charity thing together, we did a big thing. We were lucky enough to be invited to do the Comic Aid thing for Tsunami.
Yeah.
Okay. We sort of co-hosted it. Before the show, you went out and did a bit of warm-up.
Mm.
And at the time I thought, wow, that's really kind of him. Then one of the comedy writers we know said, yeah, he did that on purpose, so he's won the crowd over already.
Yeah.
Is that why you did it?
Yeah, I'm malicious
How
like that.
cynical is that?
Yeah.
So when we then went out all together,
Yeah.
you'd already won them over.
They loved me, and
Can
they
you
weren't
believe
sure
it?
about you.
And I didn't want to believe it
You've
about
got
you.
to stay one trick ahead
I said,
of
there's
everyone
no
else.
way a bloke like Jack Dee would do that. But no, he went out and because I thought, wasn't that great? He's doing
Spite.
5-10 minutes of great material before the show, free of charge.
It was no. I mean, I just thought it needed a warm up. You can't just go out there cold, and it was just 3,000 people.
As I learned.
know, yeah,
Marvellous.
you learn the little tricks.
So now, Jack, how old are you now?
Oh, I'm 43.
How much longer do you think you can haul your body around the
Forever and
UK
ever,
gig?
because
Seriously?
because look at me. I never look older.
You do look good for you, I tell you that.
Do you
Do you not? Is the fire still in your belly? That's what I'm saying.
I still enjoy it. I do enjoy it. There are nights where we go to certain places where there's nothing to do after the show,
Right.
and you go back to a dreary hotel and you have a
Just a night porter and a
second-rate-
tissue for company.
second-rate sandwich made for you, and
Grated cheese and a bit of pickle.
yeah.
Yeah.
Slightly dry around the edge of the bread.
Warm beer, and you think, what's it for? But other places you go that are more exciting, and there's lots to do. You know?
Do you ever use the trouser press in your rooms?
Not for my trousers.
Hey, there you go. We're back to Celebrity Surgery Live. Former male stand-up Jack Dee swears by the Corby thing remover.
You watch the Celebrity?
I've been watching it. It's unbelievable. I can't believe they can show it. To be honest with you.
It's ghastly, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's kind of fascinating.
I can't. The Anatomist. Did you watch that?
No, I didn't watch that.
That was really creepy. Doing the autopsy on television. And,
Well, he's the creepiest man on the planet.
well, he was, and he looked like Freddy Krueger with a hat on. And
I tell you who looks like Freddy Krueger. Gary Rhodes, the chef in those new adverts. That's horrible. It's the new reality show. I'm surprised you're not in it.
Hell's
I've
Kitchen.
seen it.
Hell's Kitchen.
But he's gone all angry, hasn't he?
He's angry now.
He's not so friendly anymore.
I don't want angry food.
No, I know. He went from very camp to very angry all of a sudden, and no one knows.
Well, they're all trying to do a Gordon Ramsay.
They are now.
But
doing
Ramsay
that,
isn't
yeah.
angry so much as exasperated.
Well, we know Ramsay as being like that, but
Have you eaten at Ramsay's restaurants?
yeah, I did once. Yeah, it was
Did you
good.
enjoy it?
Very much. It's nice food, but it's not my favourite choice of food. Really.
What's your favourite choice of food?
I like simple food,
Plain
Italian,
food?
just Italian food or
Italian
whatever.
food. Do you like a
Yeah.
ploughman's?
I find all that Michelin star stuff, I feel sick after a bit.
Ah, listen to this peasant talking there. All he's
I
trying
do.
to do
You
is
do as
win
well
over
if
the
you're
everyman.
honest.
That's all you're you're trying to do. You're trying to claim he's one of the people here. I know he's at home with a raspberry coulis.
Done with a little bit of jus and some double cream to finish it. You can't eat that.
Have you been watching The Apprentice?
Yeah, that's great, isn't it? Alan Sugar. I like the American one as well.
A few weeks ago, they had Gary Rhodes cook for them, and there was a great quote. One of the guys said, they gave him something, I can't remember, he was giving him some food, and he went, who would have taught her to put an egg on that? He was so amazed they put an egg. He said, who would have ever thought to put an egg on it? And you think, well, he's a chef.
Yeah.
Of course he's experimented.
Of course he thinks of it.
Best quote from the show, I think, one of the papers picked up, the week they had to make farm produce. One of them said, they said, this is what we need. We need something which is easy to make, uses fresh quality materials, can be transported and people want it. And the guy said, to everything you've just said, I would say soup. There's a line, isn't it? There's a line.
That's the one.
Would you have done well in business, do you think?
No, I wouldn't.
I could see you in business.
Can you?
Yeah, I could see you.
I mean, I'm probably ruthless enough to...
You would have done pretty well. You'd never risen at the top.
No. Well, you say that.
There's another idea for a show.
What?
Me and Jack as two small-town provincial businessmen competing for the same slice of the market.
You know what, I had... but I'm an ideas person. I had the idea for micro-scooters, and about 2 years after that idea, they were everywhere. Jonathan's just spat his coffee into the
You had the
dustbin.
idea for micro-scooters. Yeah, I had the idea for space travel.
No,
doesn't mean I did anything with it.
I was thinking about it. I thought a little
You
scooter.
were thinking
with
about a
tiny
little
wheels.
scooter.
No sooner had I thought of it, I saw someone going past on the pavement.
Well, you deserve
I'm an
a cut then.
ideas man. I'm an ideas man.
You should get 15%.
I would like to think I would.
Yeah, I had the idea for cups. I thought something older drinking with a handle. How about that? And then I woke up one morning, someone gave me one. Imagine my dismay. Now, how long do you think we can spend with Jack before we need to get Ozzy in?
We need another minute.
All right, okay, because Ozzy's here. Ozzy's raring to go. Are you an Ozzy fan?
I'm a huge Ozzy fan, yeah.
We should spend some time with Ozzy.
Yeah, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Maybe
Go around his house, watch the History Channel. He's a big History Channel fan. I know you like
He
the
likes
History
his
Channel.
history, yeah.
Who's your favourite on the History Channel? Who do you like? Churchill, Stalin, or Hitler? Who do you
I like programs. I like programs about Churchill. I think
Yeah,
I like because it's all like the good old days. Now at St George's Day, I like to reminisce about how it was.
Do you think Churchill was in this building once?
In the good old days before I was born.
Yeah.
Was he in here once?
He would have been in this building.
He would have been in this building.
yeah.
He would have been in Broadcasting House. He'd have come in.
Yeah.
He would have spilled coffee.
Yeah,
And then he'd have done
been on
his-
Wogan's show.
He had the Sunday slot, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
He did 2 hours on a Sunday didn't he,
Yeah,
before the war.
jazz classics.
Yeah.
Music from the Boer War.
Yeah.
That's it was. Stuff he brought back with him.
Yeah. He was on Parky a lot, wasn't he?
Well, yeah, all the time. Every
Yeah.
week. It was either him or Connolly, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
So Winston,
That's not as good as mine.
Good, I tried.
The second one. Was it really as bad as that? Do you think Parker can do impersonation of either of us? I should like to think he's above it
I
all.
should like to think he couldn't think. Yes. Yeah.
Jack Dee, I think we have to send you home now. But Jack, as I said, he's on tour around the UK. I know there's some tickets left in Birmingham, in Belfast, in Jersey, and in London. Not many. They're going fast. So I think you sold out most everywhere else. That's really impressive. You can still sell out like that.
Well, you know. It's,
Well, you're a top comic. That's what it is.
People
Okay.
are very good. And
There you
come
go.
to
So
the
if you
show.
missed Lee Evans on tour and you're still a bit disappointed, you know, it's not as good. But go and see Jack Dee.
Yes.
There you go. He's almost up there. Jack, lovely to see you again.
Jonathan, nice to see you.
And
Thank
what
you.
charming young men you brought in with you. They're a credit to you.
Oh, they're going to buy them a pizza now.
Good. Well, give them something decent for food. Jamie Oliver will tell you off otherwise. It's not all bread, you know. Ozzy Osbourne is coming up after this.
This is Ozzy Osbourne's version of In My Life, the Beatles classic.
I like this.